Madam, thank you very much for giving me a time. Bilawal Bhutto, along with the high power delegation, they are in United Nations to build Pakistan's narrative on war and conflict in the region. So, what is the response of American media and the American public and the overall the United Nations? You are there.
So thank you very much. I think this has been really our first 2 days here in New York, and it was the gateway to multilateralism and the United Nations. So our primary focus has been to meet other countries as well, all those members of the Security Council, especially those stationed over here in New York, and that was the point of engagement. Now we're proceeding to DC, Washington, where obviously it's more bilateral, and the United States has played a key role in making the ceasefire real and ending the war, in sense that you've heard that Chairman Bilawal thanked President Trump earlier at the United Nations in his press briefing for the very specific reason that war is not something that this delegation or my country believes in. We have come here to build momentum for peace and to extend our advance Pakistan's narrative. While it seems that the other side, India, is very rooted in the past in terms of blocking multilateralism, in terms of blocking bilateral pathways. So there's really no serious communication between two nuclear countries. There's no risk reduction, there's no formal conflict reduction talks. There's been no dialogue at all since 2019. When we had the last Pulwama attack. So anyway, this is not a situation that is tenable when we've just had such an rapidly escalating conflict. And that is something that Chairman Bilawal has been warning the world about. What goes on in South Asia in case of the conflict spiraling out will not stay in South Asia.
Madam, Pakistan earned enviable fame and remarkable respect on international forum, and it came up as a victorious country on diplomatic front and physical war and conflict. And we observed the delegation, their morale is very high as well. So, what's about the updates on the Kashmir? The Kashmir issue came.
Please, last question. Yeah. Allow me to just say that Kashmir has been articulated very ably as a core issue that has kept the region unstable. When you have unresolved conflict that goes on for so long, then it becomes a festering sore that can trigger, as you can see, conflict. Chairman has also said regularly and repeatedly the Indus Waters Treaty abrogation is absolutely unacceptable. It is illegal, immoral, and against all laws that govern transboundary rivers and treaties. It shows India's attitude towards all rules and norms of the multilateral order and all of those even governing relations between states. It no longer feels it needs to abide by law, and that's a very dangerous place to be. But having said that, we are also concerned that India is now suggesting without proof that there is terrorism on India's soil. It's not even India's soil, it's occupied Kashmir, illegally occupied Kashmir, and that somehow we are responsible for it without providing proof or forensic evidence or even allowing anyone to investigate. So that suggests in any case that they have something to hide, and that they're using trumped up identities which they have not been able to provide to this date of terrorist attackers, and now they are using that as a trigger for war. That's not an acceptable or a stable position to be in for two nuclear countries that have gone to war so recently and where the conflict threshold has been lowered. Thank you.
Thank you very much.